Okay. So he's just holding out in there. So he's threatened us. And I mean, he was waggling that hammer. So it looks like there's only 2 settings for this. Well, let's go down. Now that's over there. So let's try this one. All right, so we have 4 symbols. Now it's interesting because we have 4 symbols per each of the main 3 phases. I'm only seeing one of them here. Let's turn that back to that one and see what happens to this. Oh, I see. So this is probably where we need to put in the ones from the first 3. I wonder how we're supposed to tell which one goes with what. Maybe I just put in any of them. Let's do the first one. Energy powers future motion. So we have energy. Sort of does a little curly Q. Energy powers. I'm also assuming that this works in a clockwise. It just, I don't know. We'll have to see. Powers. Future. Oops, didn't mean to do that one. Future motion, which would be, or is it like a that? No, it's like a big one. That's interesting. Maybe it's this? Yeah. Was it rounded though? Yeah, it was rounded. With this. So, energy powers future motion. It didn't seem to connect. But we'll try it. Nature energizes mutual... No, encourages mutual dependence. So let's do nature. And it seemed to go all the way over the bottom. Nature encourages mutual yeah, there we go. Mutual dependence. I really hope there isn't a specific order that we're supposed to put these in, because that would be difficult. Oh. That one's correct. So I must have done something wrong on this one. Because this one looks right for... I mean, energy... No, it didn't go a loop all the way around. Energy? Powers. I mean, it could go all the way down. No, but it didn't look like powers. Future. Motion. I think I'll look at the symbols for those guys. Nope, 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 nope. I want to go back. Oh, future, it's longer on one of them than the other. And let me look at motion. Nope, motion's not on that one. No, there's motion. Yeah, it sort of loops up. I'll keep it at that. Loops up. It is rounded. Okay, well, I'll go back and I'll see if that fixes it. Energy, powers, future. No, it definitely goes there. Future, motion. Maybe it's energy that's wrong. Love, energy, energy. Oh, it is a full curl at the bottom. Okay, let's see if that works. That's... okay, I got these three symbols correct. Is it really power that's throwing me for a loop? Where's power? Oh... I should be more precise with these drawings. It curls over just a tad more at the top. There we go. And then for this, we already did nature, so let's do dynamic. Dynamic, sort of looks like the wave. Dynamic forces. It sort of splits off at the top. Forces, spur, now is it the long one or is it just a short one? I'll do the short one. Spur, change. And it has like two little leaves coming off of it. And I think it really curled around. There we go. So that takes that off. So I'll do it that left panel equals Open door. Whoops. I'm dropping my pen. So there's a gate. It allows you to go off into a little skiff. But the skiff can't go anywhere because of the ice. The crystal. Now I wonder what's down here. Oh. Really? There's a book back to Tamana? And this is another chamber. This probably has the last of them. Okay, so we need balance. There's balance. Balance looks like a big S. Balance. Systems. So even if Savedro tried guessing at the words, he didn't have all the symbols. System. System. It sort of loops around. And it has the little things in the middle. Balance, system, stimulate. There's constrain, sacrifice, time, system, remember, tradition, nurture, honor, sustain, ethereal. Inhibit. Creativity. So these are like about civilizations. Stimulate. Oh, that's stimulate. Stimulate. Stimulate civilization. Okay. Yeah. Honor, control, rebirth, resilience, flow. Elevate, survival, balance, momentum. Resurrect, weave. I really like the words that they chose for these. Now, the reason why I do not want to go back to Tamana is because that's actually where Atrus and his family are. If I go back there without Releeshan, they're gonna lose all of the work that they put into it. And Savedro would be able to follow us. And he would probably kill Atrus then and there. So we can't do that. We have to solve the last one. So we're gonna shut off power to that, which closes that. My heart's pounding because I know this is getting close to the end and there are so many ways this game ends. I just described one way that would be especially bad because he could just follow you and kill everyone. But yeah, this is it. Okay, balance. Balanced. That doesn't look quite right. There we go. Balanced systems. Stimulate. Stimulate civilization. It doesn't look like it goes all the way down. But maybe I put these on the edge? No, it didn't get it. That looks like balance. System. Oh, did I forget this? There we go. Stimulate civilization. That brought the shield down. Wow.
Oh my God. They're alive? How did you... Force. Hope and strength.
He needs us to help him.
You see, I still have something that he wants. Something that he sent you to bring back for him. Releeshan. Drop the outer barrier when I'm out by the gondola. Switch the shield so the outer barrier is open. And in return, I'll give up Releeshan. Do it.
Okay, and if we bug him too much, he's going to kill us. So, this is very tricky. We don't want him to leave. If we pull this, then he's going to kill us. Well, actually, if we pull that, we let him out. So I'm going to do something else. I'm going to trap him. Never actually got around to looking at this. No, it's locked. Now the thing is, if we had let him out, he would have had no incentive to give us back the book. He probably would have just discarded it. So we're trapping him here. We're going to get that book back.
Oh, God. No. Please don't do this to me. Not when my family could still be alive out there. Want the book? Here. I'll give you the book. Just... please. Please. Don't do this. Please. I can't do this again. Please Don't leave me trapped here like this. I can't. No! 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 No!
So, he's angry with himself for everything. I mean, he's been trapped, what was it, 20 years? He desperately wants to get back to his family, and he blames Cirrus and Achenar and Atrus for all his woes. Now, if I leave this and turn the shield back off or on, then he could come back and get me. So I'm gonna do this as an extra precaution. All right, let's see how this turns out. Because he deserves to be back with his family. Whoever's left, he's been trapped on these training ages for 20 years. But he's also full of anger. So, another ending that I could have done is you can actually just, you can link to Tamana. Well, I don't think you can get down to Tamana at this rate because he could still kill you, I think. But I'm gonna do this. This will hopefully keep the inner shield up, but take the outer shield down so that then he'll be free. Wow. That's it. Saavedro is free and he's able to go back to his family. We didn't get killed! And we didn't leave him here to die, either. So, we've been able to take down the shield. The only thing left to do is to go back to Tamana and give Atrus back Releeshan. So that must be the tree, or the growth. And it looks like there's a bunch of little houses. It's such a pink world. Never got a good chance to look at it with the crystalline shield, but it just seems like there are these bulbous spore-like growths and they come up out of just a vast, endless, cloudy abyss. Like, I wonder what's down there. Has anyone ever climbed down there? What does the rest of this planet look like? And now the shield is down, so... Ah, it's locked. Yeah, so you can't just port to Releeshan without ever giving it back to Atrus. So, now we're able to go back down to Tamana. wonder why we added it to our inventory. Wouldn't it just drop to the ground anyway? In any case, let's go back to Atrus. Now that's a familiar sound. We're starting off where we began. Back in Tamana. And Tamana will be the setting of the next game, at least the initial setting, so you'll be able to see more of that then. This is where we met Catherine and their little baby Yisha.
By the Maker, you've returned. Atrus, come quick! The fire burned the linking book you used. We had no way of following the...
You've returned. But where's Releeshan? Did you bring back the book?
The key.
Thank the Maker. It's fine. We're in your debt, my friend. If this book had been destroyed, everything we worked for, all the people of Releeshan, have been lost to us forever.
You must tell us everything.
Wow. I must tell you everything? Oh.
At last I can rejoice, for Releeshan has been returned to me unharmed. The age I hoped would provide a new beginning still lives on. I'm sure that no danger shall befall it. And as I sit here writing in this journal, I rejoice to know that Narayan too is safe. The secrets of its past have been unlocked, and old wrongs have finally been righted. I know now that we can't escape the past, nor can we rewrite it, hoping to lessen our pain. The best we can hope for is to continue to learn, to take from the past only that which is good, and move on. Perhaps in the process, we will build a brighter future.
Yay! Well, won't we have a lot to tell Atrus? So, this guy who your sons, ensnared on Janenine and the training ages that you hadn't visited in years because the book was languishing back on Myst. Yeah, he'd been there for a good 20 years, sabotaging your equipment, testing things, just surviving, trying not to lose his mind as he attempts to remember his wife and children back on his world and the atrocities that your son committed. Yeah, but I got to explore the ages that you had made. Understand how nature encourages mutual dependence on Idana, and how energy powers future motion, and how balanced systems stimulate civilizations. Dynamic forces spur change. I still don't know which of the two goes with Amateria and Voltaic. Voltaic, it's about power, but Amateria is all about motion. Got to take your own class, Atrus. And I learned more and more about Svedra along the way. I loved reading through the journals. They really invoked just the turmoil that was going on with Svedra's character. And piece by piece, you started to get the whole picture. And that was a really nice touch, finding the scattered pages. Oh, yep, yeah, Brad Dourif. That's who Svedra is. Yeah, he's been an actor in a number of series. This was the first time I'd ever seen him, so I remember watching Lord of the Rings. And when his character Wormtongue came up as the advisor, the villainous advisor to King Theoden, I was like, oh yeah, I recognize that guy, Svedra. And I'm glad that we got the good ending. I remember just being so anxious at the thought of getting one of the bad ones, because there's so many ways you can get a bad ending. You can bother him too many times and he kills you. Let him out and he'd kill you anyway. Drop Releeshan and flee. You could go back to Tamana without Releeshan, and they'd be like, what? You didn't bring back Releeshan? And I think Savadro then can just come in and kill everyone because you left everything open to him. So Exile still stands as one of my favorite games, probably because of the exploration, the variety of the ages that we explored, how everything interacted from the plants to the animals and the machines. I loved how every puzzle, or not every puzzle, every age ends with a fun ride. The ride being, the crystal roller coaster or the little airlift, and the bird itself, taking you around in the branch-like structures. Just press the credits again? Yeah, that's probably better. And it's just such a wonderful backdrop. We learned so much about the D'ni people and Atrus' efforts to rebuild their civilization, create a new place for them. We learned a lot about Savadro once again through the writings, and how he could be this sympathetic character in the end. And the acting was just phenomenal. He had very sort of visceral reactions. No, no, no. That's just iconic when it comes to Myst. I know that we've been going through these games, and it seems like there's still some loose ends, at least regarding Atrus' family. There's this new girl named Yisha, who's his daughter, a baby in this game, but who will be a young girl in the next. And there's still some unresolved issues with Cirrus and Akinar. At the end of Myst 1, you didn't know if Atrus destroyed the books, what became of Cirrus and Akinar, but it's interesting that Savadro was trapped for 20 years in Jinanin and all the connecting ages, because it turns out that all this time, since Atrus had supposedly destroyed the linking books to Cirrus and Akinar's ages, it turns out that they're actually still alive and well. They're on their prison ages, carrying out their long sentences. And when we get around to the next game, Myst Revelation, you'll find out that Catherine and Atrus have actually been visiting their sons, along with Yisha, in the hopes that perhaps their solitude has reformed them. Perhaps they're ready to come back and be reintegrated into the family. But there's conflict there as well, because something goes horribly awry, and both of the brothers could be behind it. It imperils the lives of the entire family. So I'll be playing Myst Revelation next. Just wanted to say thank you all for watching. This was my playthrough of Myst III Exile, one of my favorite games of the Myst series. And I suppose we'll be exploring ages again on the next episode, which will be the very beginning of Myst IV Revelation. See you there.